Hello, my name is Helen Cummins, and this is Mallorca Living video podcast dedicated to sharing the inspiring stories of people who have made Mallorca their home. Sometimes moving here can be overwhelming, and you'll want to find out all the tips and insights from people who've actually made the move. Thank you for joining me here today, and if you don't want to miss any future episodes, subscribe now. Thank you. Hello and welcome. I'm Helen Cummins, and I'm here today with Charlotte and Romeo from CARLO Design. We're going to hear about their journey and their move from Berlin to Mallorca. You're very welcome, Charlotte, Romeo. Thank you so much for being here. So, what inspired your move to Mallorca from Berlin?
I think I have a true love story with this country.
With Spain,
Spain in general, and I think it starts in '92. I was working before I studied architecture in Hamburg, and I meet very nice people from Colorado there, and we decide to go together to visit Sevilla in '92.
Okay.
And this was like my first contact with the country, and it was like 3 years after the wall fell in Berlin. And since that time, it was for me, it was so fascinating to know like Spain and the Europe, because I'm from the east side from Berlin. And I know like Hungary, Bulgaria, all the countries from the east side. But West Europe and South Europe was completely new for me. And it was really Spain was the first country what I visit. And I was quite fascinated. And then I started my study in Weimar on the Bauhaus University. And I had a lot of contact with creative people from all the world. And I decided to go back to Madrid to have my Erasmus there. And then I stayed like 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And
of course, you learned the language, right?
I learned the language. Yes. and how you are in the center of Spain, and you feel really the deep culture. It is really nice. And I had also contact with flamenco and with really.
So it wasn't just it was the culture, it was the whole.
It was a whole thing about the lifestyle also in the south of Europe, and it was a very nice culture mix.
Very good.
Yeah.
So this inspired you?
This inspired me, and then I came back to Berlin because I missed really also my parents and my friends, and then we create a family. This is Romeo. This is my big son, and Henry. It's my little son. And when I came back from Spain, I had really a talk with myself, saying that I will come back to Spain one day with my family.
Oh, that would actually nearly bring tears. That's beautiful.
Yes.
So it wasn't something a spur in the moment. This was a lifetime of a desire. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Romeo, how did you feel when your mom said, maybe we're going to move to Mallorca and leave your life in Berlin? How did you feel about it?
I think I welcomed it a
Yeah?
lot. Yeah.
Really?
I was kind of full of Berlin, a bit done with Berlin. It's a big city, and to have a taste of the South Europe lifestyle, I think I was really open to it, and I already knew about the plan for a long time. I think it was.
So it was something. It wasn't a surprise for you. This was something.
No, I don't think so. I think she had it brewing
Your
in
mom
her
had
mind
shared her dream
for a lot of time. Yeah, for a long time. And yeah, once she told us, I think the decision was really fast.
Okay.
Yeah, because
so let's talk about that. So you have very successful business in Berlin. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your business in Berlin? Because I think then it's like a sort of continuation of the story for here.
Yes. Yes, we have like a studio in Berlin.
An architecture
and interior design. My whole team, there are mostly architects with passion for interior design. And yes, it was also very nice. We were with very nice clients and very nice project in Berlin also. And
this was a mix of residential and commercial.
Hotel and restaurants. Yes.
Very good. I've seen your website, and I have to say I'm a huge fan of your work.
Thank you very much.
You know what I love? I love that every single project you do is so different.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, I think there's a thread through it, which is this elegance, and there's a femininity in there, beautiful. But I think I'm really in awe of how you make each project so unique. And I love that, because obviously you work very closely then with the client to bring that about, right?
Yes. We really like to work like this, that we make a reflection of the person that is living inside of the villa or
home.
Home, yeah. And I think the projects are unique because we are working for unique minds, and that's why we speak a lot with our clients when they like it, also when they like to share
everything,
the passion what they have. Or we had once a client that she loves Japan.
Yes.
And then we make like this Japanese penthouse for her.
I saw this project on your website. It's incredible.
Yes.
I love it. And actually, I was wondering, why did you do a kind of a Japanese-inspired apartment in Berlin?
Yeah.
So it's like
quite surprising.
But in the end, you created it because of her love and connection to Japan, right?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And she was really surprised that this is possible to make like a European interpretation of the Japanese style. And it was like a big compliment.
Yes.
That she said to us after finishing the project that it changed her life. This was like a really...
In what way? How did it change her life?
Because it was really that this penthouse was, when you put a lot of love inside of each detail, you can feel it. When the project is in the end, it's complete, then you come inside and you feel like a magic atmosphere.
Yeah.
And this atmosphere was like really zen.
But it's also, I think, because you found something in the heart and soul of that person, which you brought into the physical, right? Yeah. And then they have this connection with the emotional side to the reality side, which is a gift as an interior designer to be able to take that from your client and create it in the physical, right? Yeah. I mean, that's beautiful. So congratulations. Wow.
Thank you very much, Helen.
So before we go too deep into the business side, I just want to talk again or go back to the family side. So you have, Romeo is 19. You were already finished school.
Yeah, I finished
by the
school in
time
Berlin,
you moved to Mallorca. Yeah. But your younger brother, Henry, he's still going to school, right?
He's in school right now.
He's in school right now. So tell me, how was the finding a school, finding a home here? Let's talk about that. So you made the decision, and even we spoke on the phone. We'll talk about that a little bit later before you made the move. But let's say you arrived, you had a home already rented, right? You had sourced a home to rent initially.
Yes. We had rented a very nice house by the sea,
Yeah.
And because I think for the family it's very nice to come to a new place and to have like a lovely surrounding. And
Which area was this?
Costa de la Calma, near Santa
beautiful.
Ponsa, right?
So in the south west of
Southwest,
Mallorca,
yes.
close to Santa Ponsa, Camp de Mar, this area.
yeah,
Beautiful little small
quiet and
nice beach.
yeah,
So you stayed there initially and got
Yes.
the family settled.
yes.
And did that influence your decision of where Henry would go to school?
I think we decided the school even before we moved here. We had a vacation here and
In
made
winter,
a few,
in winter.
All right.
half a year before we went, and made a few appointments with some schools. And the first appointment was with Agora Portals in Portalnús. And after we went, Henry, my little brother, he just said, I don't want to go to any of the other appointments. I think this is perfect.
Oh, so he decided
Yeah,
on
and
Agora.
we didn't go to any of the other
Yeah, well,
appointments.
my daughter
yeah.
went to Agora from the time she was 3 years old till she was 18.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
spent 15 years there and she absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I think it is one of the best schools. But I want to just ask you, what age was Henry when he started in school?
He was just coming out of the 6th grade in Berlin, so he was switching schools anyways.
So he
a
was
big
what, 13, 14, was it?
No, I think more like 12, right?
12.
Yeah.
So because we have people who are thinking to move
Yeah.
at this age, you know, maybe
Yeah.
12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And their big concern is how they adapt to the language here.
Yeah.
So did Henry have to learn Catalan and Castellano at school?
In school, he has Catalan and Castellano, but they were very nice and very generous with letting the kids adapt to the new language. So he isn't graded on Spanish yet. I think maybe now he is, but the first year he wasn't.
And how was his English at that point?
Oh, very good.
So he already, obviously German, English very good,
Yeah.
and then he was focusing more
yeah.
on Castellano initially, and then they have some classes in Catalan.
Yes.
How did he do? Did he integrate fast? Was it okay?
It was good because we had in Berlin we had like 2 times a week. We had the boys had and I also because we like parents so took also classes.
How big?
And then every week we had like online classes in Spanish
Great.
to prepare the kids a little bit better.
And when did you start that? 1-2 years before? 1 year before.
I think 6 months.
Or
or
6
something.
6 months. Yeah.
Great. And so that was kind of your introduction. So did it go pretty fast for Henry then, when he started in school?
Yeah, I think so. He still doesn't like to speak Spanish with us.
But he speaks it in school
Yeah,
because
but
he
in
has
school
no
and with his
choice.
friends he speaks it, but when he's with us he says, no way, I'm going to speak Spanish with
And
you.
what about your Spanish?
I try to speak as much Spanish as possible. I think really the first 6 months were the hardest, especially when we learned and weren't there yet. And once we came here, I think it all came together, and I still continue to go to classes, and it gets better every day.
Good.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, and I love it. And I have to say, Charlotte, I always said to you, it was your kind of secret weapon, I have to tell you, when you came to Mallorca. The fact that you already spoke Spanish helped you so much with the settling in the family, finding a home, setting up your business.
Yes.
Didn't it make such a difference?
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Being able to speak to
Because you feel also more comfortable and more close to the country and to the people. And I think it is so nice to learn Spanish because you can understand the people and they are talking so nicely with you.
It's a different experience
it's
when
a
you
different
speak.
experience
It is.
when you came to the panaderia, to
Yeah.
the
Y hablas
bakery.
español.
Sí, y te preguntan,
Yeah.
hola reina.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really,
very-
and the
it's
whole,
very-
I always say the language is the key that opens the door to
Yeah.
Mallorca. It's
Yeah.
such a beautiful, it's such a different experience when you have the language. So can you tell me which area, because I know you initially settled in Costa la Cama to arrive, and then you went about searching for a more permanent home on the island, which wasn't easy, right, to find a good rental accommodation for your family. So how was that experience of?
It was a nice but a challenging experience, because we had also intermediate phase before we came from Costa de la Calma to Palma. Our first flat was like 2 months. We lived in a flat of a friend of us, of a very nice photographer, in Santa Catalina. And then during this time we found our flat in Plaza Gomila, because Campbell from the Jews, he made a very nice project development there.
But he's actually, this family are really putting a huge amount of investment into regenerating that whole area around Plaza Gomila, which was, the buildings there are amazing, right? It's beautiful. So isn't it wonderful that a local family, who've obviously had global success with their brand Camper, are now dedicated to regenerating and, you know, making that a vibrant, beautiful area again in the city to live.
Yeah, it was really fantastic. I was also fascinated by the project because it is made by MDV RDV. It's like a very nice architect from Holland, together with Gras architect from Mallorca. And they developed quite a nice architecture there. And it's very nice because they have a blue building, a green building, a terracotta building, a white building.
And this is along Plaza Gomila, is it? Along the main. I really want to go and have a more detailed look. I think I have to park my car and walk and see. So for you as a family, you like to live there?
Yes,
you're happy.
Because we have like this nice Brutus restaurant. I can really recommend it. It's very nice.
Maybe we can have dinner there one evening.
Yes,
that would be great.
And we have a gym and a swimming pool on the rooftop.
Wow.
And it is
the quality.
The quality, it's quite high.
Yes.
And
you can walk, I mean, you can probably go on your scooter if you have one, but you can walk or bicycle or scooter from there to all over the city, right?
I think it's a very good connection point.
Or with bicycles. Now you can rent, the city rents bicycles similar to what you have in Germany. So I think for older kids like yourselves who like to be probably a bit more independent, go out in the city and stuff, it sounds like a great location to live, right?
Because it's a little bit bohemian, and we live between the Paseo Maritimo and the Castle Belvedere. We have a big forest behind us.
So you have the sea in front and the forest behind.
Yeah.
Sounds idyllic. It really does sound idyllic. I mean, the only thing about that area is that the streets are very narrow. So you have to have a very small little car to navigate the streets, right? But if you do that, I think you have a better quality of life there. And of course, parking is not easy. So you have to have a parking space with your home. Otherwise, you can look forever for parking in this area. So great. True. So you're happily settled in. And what is your, as a family, kind of, what would be your typical weekend now in Mallorca?
Should I? I think we really started a few months ago to have like typical weekends. Before that, there was a lot of effort also from the business side that took maybe some weekends too. But right now, I mean, we go to the beach a lot, or we start to go to the beach.
In Palma or outside?
More to the southwest, Potanus and Beninat. We like the Beninat beach because we can jump from the rocks.
Oh, very nice. The little one, or Cala Contessa?
The little one.
The little one, at the end of the street. That's beautiful. But it's pretty packed in summer, but of course, every
right
beach
now
in Mallorca.
Really, really beautiful right now.
If you
can stand the cold water,
it's the perfect moment to go.
Swimming now.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And
you go to some restaurants, cafes.
Yeah. I go play basketball a lot in Parc de Sarriera, near the stadium
Yes.
of the football team. Yeah, I think each person in our family kind of does his plans one maybe Sunday. So Henry goes out with his friends. I go play basketball. You go meet friends, and Saturday or Sunday we go and do something together. Maybe eat, maybe go out to a cafe or swim in the ocean.
And we really like to go on the boat with friends.
Yeah, with friends.
Having friends with the boat is the perfect solution.
Yeah.
You don't want to boat yourself, but to have friends with the boat.
But Romeo was making also
The license.
the license.
Yeah, I have the
Great.
boating license. Yeah.
And you actually can rent here very easily,
Yeah.
no? To have a small...
Yes, and now we will start also to...
Yes, and there's even clubs you can join, and you can
Yeah.
have part
Yeah, yeah,
ownership,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
use it. This is
This
beautiful.
is so beautiful.
It's a real luxury because
Yeah.
when it's really busy here in summertime, you can go on your little boat and get away from the crowds, right?
And it's so nice to be on the sea.
Yeah.
And it's different when you look back, right?
And
When
you
you're at the
see
boat and
this
you look
beautiful
to the
island, and you think, wow, and you have the turquoise water
Yeah.
around you. It's so nice
yeah.
to be
No,
with friends. And
I think to enjoy the water when you're living on an island is such an important ingredient, no, in everything. How have you found making friends, Romeo?
It's not as easy as I thought. Or especially when you finish school in the country you came from, because school is the perfect place to make friends.
And from your basketball, for example,
Yeah,
have
yeah.
you made friends?
So my social life is very sports dependent, I would call it, or focused on sports. And yeah, when I go play basketball, I have Spanish. Actually, there are only Spanish people at the basketball court, and that's a great experience also to learn Spanish and to meet people. So I have some people I know there, and also I just think if you want to come on the island, you have to be prepared to spend a lot more time with your family in the beginning.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my tip for people my age. Maybe if they plan to come here with their family, it's good if you have a strong bond with your family because you're gonna spend the first months trying to figure stuff out together.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Though. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Because it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage as a family, and you've all got to kind of be on the same page,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, you're all experiencing different challenges.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
But as a unit, you have to support each other.
Yeah.
So that's a lovely thing, actually, to remind us of, that the family bond at that moment becomes very important, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I think our bond has grown a lot stronger. It was always strong, but
Even more so.
yeah, it reinforces it a lot to go through some issues, but also this adventure together.
You share a lot.
And also you all see the experience of the other, so you can sympathize.
Yeah.
And what about socializing? Are you going out at the weekends, meeting nice Spanish friends? And
Yeah, I honestly I've started that only recently because I'm not a big party person. I'm more of a morning person, going out, doing walks and playing sports.
but you are only 19, so you gotta get out there and have some fun.
I've heard that now also a lot from her. No, but I've started, but that's only come recently, and I'm still looking like
And now we're
where
going
we can
into
go
the
out.
summer.
Yeah, in the summer I need to try to go out more. Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can introduce you
Yes,
to some people your age, and then you
Yeah.
see. And it's quite international, the island. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
a lot.
German people your age on the island, and international, not
Yeah.
only German, but from Britain, from everywhere.
Well, I'm starting to study in September, and I think that is like also a good
A
chance to
stepping
meet people.
Where are you going to study?
I'm going to study, it's called Ascenso Academy. It's in Palma, right next to the cathedral.
Okay.
And it's a German university that has a...
Campus here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's only German students. I don't want to judge if that's good or bad, but it's really nice, I think, to meet people.
And what
already
will you
was there.
study? What's the subject?
I will study business management with
Okay,
focus
so
on
you can
entrepreneurship.
study
Yeah.
business management here, and it's German. The whole curriculum is
Yes.
German.
Yeah.
How many? Have you any idea how many students they have there?
It's a really, really small and kind of private feel to it. I think it would be a guess, but maybe 100 to 200 people. It's a really small university. You are in classes of 25 people, and sometimes if it's
How many
more
years?
focused, 3.
3 years, and
3.
you'll get your degree
Yeah.
from there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well
I'm
done.
looking forward to it.
Oh, great. Good. So let's talk about the business. So the very first time I met Charlotte was online, actually.
Yes.
And I think it was maybe 3-4 months before you decided to move to the island. And the reason that we were speaking was that you wanted to become or join our HC Connect and Grow community, the business community we have.
Yes.
And I'm fascinated because it's not with all that you had going on. You were running a business in Berlin, moving the family, setting everything up here. But you gave a huge importance to finding a community, a business community here. Why? Why did you think that that was very important for you?
Because it was really like this that I followed a little bit Grow and Connect from Berlin. And it was so interesting also your interviews to see which people are there and to feel a little bit more connected step by step from my home country. And to come here, it was so nice because I feel so good surrounded by your Grow and Connecting community. I remember really because we came in August.
That's right.
23, and 1 week later I had booked a retreat here in your house.
Oh yeah,
And it
the
was
yoga
1
retreat,
week.
yeah.
He was so fresh in Mallorca, and from this moment on, I feel like more connected to the island through you also, and it's a nice community where you can share all your thoughts about how you feel with your new business, and to speak to people that have the same
Experience
like you.
Yeah.
This is very, very important, I think.
And you met some lovely people that you
Lovely
continued to be friends with afterwards. So that was lovely. And then you came. I mean, one of the things I have to say about you, Charlotte, that I've observed from looking from the day you arrived, you never sat and waited for somebody to hand you on a plate your business opportunities. From what I saw, you created your own business opportunities because you were prepared to go knocking on doors.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you did that.
Yes, I was not knocking, like really knocking, but I tried to be surrounded by people, or to have meetings, or to ask somebody that he knows somebody, or
Networking.
networking. And I feel really that it's so nice to make network on the island, because you are every time in such pretty places surrounded by international people, and I think each one has his own story to tell you. And really, when I come back from this networking events, I feel like I learned and I grow a little bit, and it is very nice.
You feel inspired.
I feel inspired.
Yeah, and uplifted.
Yes.
Yeah. And not alone. I think that's a huge part of the business community here. That you don't feel isolated.
Don't feel isolated.
And you feel like there's so many other people understand and empathize the experience you're going through because they've done it themselves.
Yeah.
And I've also always felt that people on the island are more open. You know, if you're in Berlin, you probably meet people here that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to meet in Berlin because maybe they had their social circle and they weren't interested.
Yeah.
But here, people are more open, right?
Yeah, yes, exactly like this. Because I think all the people that came here, also the Mallorquin, they are here, but you have the same situation, and that's why it's you have like the same base a little bit where you're coming or what you was going through.
Yeah.
And this is a very a connecting point. Yeah.
So what did you, looking back now a little bit on your experience, because you moved here August 23, we're now here in almost mid 25. So during that journey, what stands out as something that maybe you found more difficult than what you expected? What would you say that would have been?
More difficult than expected. It was a little bit more difficult than expected.
The whole transition.
The whole transition. I mean more, I think, the business part. The business part, it's quite tough. I always remember that you say it's more difficult to grow up a business in New York than
in Mallorca.
In Mallorca than in New York.
Well, that's what some Americans have told me who have established businesses here. They said, easy New York, difficult Mallorca. And why is that, do you think? Coming from your experience of Berlin, why is it more difficult in Mallorca to grow up a business than...
I think the first thing it's to make you visible.
Visibility.
Visibility. That is a very challenging point. But we had really, because that we start with a very nice project in Santani from clients from Berlin.
So you already knew the clients before?
Yes, we already knew the client before. And then it was another project in Santani coming up. And that's why we had a very nice starting point to start with projects. And through my Madrid connection from the time before, I had also very nice people on the island. Then they give me like contacts for very nice artisans and material companies, and this was
building your supplier base actually. Okay.
This was very helpful.
Okay.
And we had really clients with a very good taste, and through that very nice taste, we had from the beginning contact to the nicest companies on Mallorca, because there are the lighting companies like Contain or Uget in Campos, or also all the Santani stone that we have in the south of the island. And this was a very, very nice experience.
Great.
Yeah.
So, and to get clients, how did you find your initial clients on the island?
Well, we had one from Berlin. I think that was a huge advantage, or a good move you did. Telling people in Berlin already before we moved, hey, we're going to Mallorca. Because I think more people than you expect have a connection to Mallorca.
Yes.
And
from Germany. It's incredibly strong.
Yes.
So strong here, the German connection.
So to tell your clients we're moving to Mallorca, we opening a new location in Mallorca. I think that brought us our first project, if I remember correctly. And
from there it started.
Yeah.
And then you also made connections with a lot of real estate agents through Connect and Grow, you made a lot of collaboration, no?
Yes.
Connections.
Yes.
So it's sort of, you opened lots of doors,
Yes.
really.
Yes.
And then step by step, because what I hear, you've grown so fast. You now have...
Now we have like really nice projects on the whole Iceland, and now we are with a very nice project in Zoyer from the New York photographer.
Okay.
Very, very nice one. And also, in Sant'Anì and in Bonanova, we have also for English clients a very nice house, and we are so happy that it's going so good.
And you've grown a lot with your, how many architects now working with interior?
Now we have I and two more architects, and two more interns, and yes, we are working like now. From now on, I have the feeling that we are working like quite international also, and we have very good contacts also to companies, to manufacturers in France, and to the peninsula. And it's
but you
very
do
nice.
Use local providers as much as possible, which is great.
Yeah.
What I think as well, it's for German clients, for example. I know you are very international, which is great, but I do think you have a huge advantage for German clients because, of course, you are German, you speak German, and you understand the mentality of the German client.
Yeah.
So when they come here to Mallorca, you could be the bridge, right, between what they have in Germany and what they would love to create here in Mallorca, right?
Yeah.
And you have the contacts now to the local producers and sourcing products and all of that.
Yeah. This is a very nice bridge, I think. And
Yeah. And so you are getting more and more German clients, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I think our base is mostly German, our client base.
Yeah.
Mostly German.
Yeah, from all over Germany.
Yeah.
And the German market is still significant in Mallorca.
Yeah.
Very, very, and especially at the mid to upper end of the market. I think the German market is German speaking, let's call it, whether it's Swiss and Austrian as well. But it's very significant in Mallorca at the luxury end. So have you found your niche, do you think, in Mallorca for interior design?
Yes, I think we found it because I think our clients, we have also Mallorquin clients now.
Very good.
Yeah,
that's a very big compliment.
And they really appreciated that we make the combination between architecture and interior design, that we can really build and make also all the nice details in interior design. And I think it's really that we are making bespoke, unique pieces, and that they are a little bit different.
But it's also coming very strongly from a concept, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you bring. You, first of all, hone the concept of the project and then focus on all the details that create that. So it's really interesting what you're doing. So a lot of what you put in your projects now, it's locally produced materials where possible?
Yes.
And what's your favorite?
My favorite is to work with brass.
Yeah, brass.
Yeah, brass. And then we work with a very nice guy, Adrian. He runs the Art of Mallorca business, and he is working with very old oak wood, and he make like the pergola for our Sant'Anì project, and we took care of all the details, and now the pergola looks that she would be there like 200 years.
Really?
It's like old feeling. It's not new. And it's like quite authentic. And he make also the entrance door, like a very huge one, also from this old wood. And I think the combination with Saint Denis stone, with kalk plaster,
Yes, beautiful.
and this is so nice. We have also very nice carpenters.
And these projects we can see on your website, right? We
Yes,
can see
yes,
photos.
yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes, and it's a quite nice experience to have like a conversation with a carpenter in St. Chayes, and to look through his windows and you see all the garden full of orange trees. It smells, and the whole mix of experience with the artisans and with the nature surrounding, it's so pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just another way to work, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Would you continue with your office, your design office in Berlin also? And you have projects that you fly back and forth to manage, right?
Yes, the team in Berlin, it's working also very, very nice. And we have one project together because it's very nice couple from Cape Town and Berlin. And they asked me to do the project. It's a very nice project in Berlin. And we make it from Palma, the design, and I'm going to Berlin to make we feel so connected via all this Zoom and Teams, and
But the property is in Berlin.
it's in Berlin.
Right.
Yes, yes,
Super.
yes.
Great. And that's quite bespoke as well, isn't it? All the
Yes.
elements and
Yeah,
so on.
it's a very interesting client, and that's why as a project it's so interesting, because you have also the safari look inside a little bit, and it's quite authentic because she is from town.
Do you find being an architect with a passion for interior design that it takes the projects to another level because you have this knowledge as an architect?
Yes.
In what way?
Because you can prepare the house for the right interior design. You can prepare the perfect sites for walk-in closet.
Yeah.
You know, you can plan it to have it together with your bathroom and kitchen connected with a living room, with a terrace. You can think in all of it before starting
The interior design.
Yeah.
So in projects, do you generally do the architectural design as well, or are you working with an architect?
We are working with architects together, and but we are quite strong also inside of the design process of the architect.
Yeah. So you're probably doing a lot of the interior architecture, no?
Interior
like the bathrooms, the kitchen, all these kind of
the lighting
elements,
concepts.
the light,
Yeah.
So actually, when somebody works with CARLO Design, they're getting the whole package, no?
Yes.
They're getting not only the interior design element, but also, I guess, you look at a property and see the potential of what it has for not only interior, but the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have also very nice landscape architects on our side. And he creates also very nice atmosphere behind the house or around the house with plants that attracts butterflies and things like this. And it's very nice.
Great. So I want to ask you before we round up, what now in hindsight, really, what advice would you give to somebody who was thinking to make a move like what you have done? What advice would you give them?
I think to bring in the package patience,
Right.
and patience and paciencia también.
Be present.
To be present and patience. Yeah, patience. I think patience. It's a big word because you need
Patience, yeah.
Patience. To feel or
To allow things to come to you, like
Yes,
to allow things to
yes,
evolve,
yes.
that you can't push it so hard.
Yeah, this is the point.
Yeah, it needs, so you make a decision to move, but then you have to sort of be patient to allow everything to settle.
Yes.
Right. I would agree with that
yes.
you can push so much, but actually everything needs its time, right?
It's like a natural way.
Yeah.
Also, once you're here, it just she told me at the beginning it's probably going to take 2 years or something until we feel really at home and have a normal everyday life. And I was like, no, we can do it. In 6 months, we'll be like normal, but it takes a bit of time till you really arrive. Also, once you're here, patience is a really good word for it.
And Romeo, do you think that this will be your home for some time?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't see myself going back to Berlin in the near future. I don't know what the future holds, but I love it here. I think the sun is amazing, the weather is amazing, the people are amazing. You're really with a lot of like-minded people, more than in Berlin for me personally. And yeah, I would just suggest for everyone that wants to do the move to start planning. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some patience, but I think our whole family really thinks it was worth the effort to come here.
Yeah.
And do you see yourself staying here, Charlotte?
Yes, I think, yes. I really, I feel quite nice here. And perhaps it's a little bit a combination with Berlin because, but in the beginning I thought I will go more to Berlin. Now, we fly or we don't fly?
You're like, maybe I want to be in Mallorca at the weekend.
Yeah, because it is so calm and so nice.
But I think if you've managed to keep a successful business, element of the business, what you've set up in Germany, you keep it going, plus establish and grow your business here in Mallorca. I mean, this is the perfect combination.
It's a perfect combination.
Yeah. So is that dream that you had all those years ago? Is it coming through now?
It's coming through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
But as you rightly say, it doesn't happen on its own. You need to put the work in.
Yeah.
You need to be willing, I think, like you were, to go knocking on doors, to meet people, to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And
out
say,
of your comfort zone.
Out of your comfort
There
zone.
is
Every
it.
day.
Every day.
No, I remember you when you were looking for the flat and you are, a new place to live, and you were like, if you hear of anything, if you know of anything, please let me know. And you really worked and focused, and I also believe really strongly that this success you are enjoying, both enjoying today with the business, it's as a result of your hard work and effort. So congratulations, because I have to say what you've succeeded at, many have failed. Really. You can be very proud that you've succeeded.
And it is so nice that Romeo is working also in the company now since a year, and we feel so good supported by him because he brings like a completely fresh mind to the company. And has like completely new ideas that we are flipping out. My whole team, it's like, wow. This is 90 years.
You see, he doesn't have any limiting beliefs. He's go for it. Yeah. And you look after a lot of the marketing, social media, and all of this. And you actually, that's the other point before we end, I'd love to mention, is that you have been very successful with your marketing with ABC Mallorca, Helen Cummins platform.
Renewed because we love the websites. Our clients have given us a lot of feedback that they found us through the websites.
From
And,
ABC Mallorca
yeah,
and
from
Helen
ABC Mallorca
Cummins.
and
Helen
Helen
Cummins.
Cummins. Yeah. Yeah, it was just
And I think you also utilized the network very well
yeah.
in terms of building collaborations
Yeah.
and also
Yeah.
finding out recommendations and knowledge and
Yeah.
gaining all that. So you really, I mean, you've utilized our
Yeah,
platforms to
yeah.
the full, let's say, not only the networking part, but also the website and having features in the magazine and everything.
Yeah.
So it's good that
Yes.
we've been able to support you
Yeah,
on your journey
it
here.
was working quite well.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. So before we end, I want to ask you just a couple of quick fire questions. So, Charlotte, beach or mountains?
Wow, both. I like to go to the mountains and in the evening to the beach.
Okay. And you, Romeo?
I think beach.
Beach.
It's beach for me.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Sunrise for me.
Sunrise for
Sunrise.
you
I
and
like the
sunset.
sunrise.
Lovely compliment. Summer heat or winter calm?
Summer heat.
Summer heat,
Yeah.
Summer heat is
Siesta or fiesta?
Fiesta.
siesta.
You really are
Yeah.
good at complimenting each other. Pamboli or ensamada?
What was the first?
Pamboli.
Yeah, pamboli for me.
Pamboli.
We really love
Pamboli, you're
this
more
dish.
savory
Yeah.
than sweet. And North Coast or South Coast?
Oh, we need to be more on the North Coast. We
Yeah.
were a few times, but
Yeah.
South Coast because
South Coast.
we've really learned to love it.
Yes,
Yeah,
you've been very connected with Santorini,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
such a beautiful area with all the beaches there. So I want to wish you many years of continued success.
Thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure that you have moved to Mallorca and brought your knowledge, experience, inspiration to the projects here, to the home and decor, this whole sector on Mallorca. And I'm sure we're all going to benefit from your hard work, experience, and talent as a creative.
Thank
So,
you very much,
you,
Helen.
Charlotte. Thank you so much
No problem.
for being here.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Mallorca Living. We hope you found it inspiring and uplifting. If you're planning to relocate to Mallorca and buy a property here on the island, we would love to guide you and support you in your journey. Reach out to us today, book a consultation, and let's start your journey together to move to Mallorca.